Alright, so I gotta throw these rocks at these guys. What the fuck? Oh, motherfucker. Here, suck on this. Oh my god, I didn't hit Boomer. That's so lucky. Wait, what the hell? The fucking cows are running. The cows are They ran back because of the rocket launcher. Hey guys, welcome to the good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome review for Far Cry 5. Far Cry 5 is a first-person shooter developed by Ubisoft Montreal and Toronto. The game takes place in Hope County, Montana, where Joseph Seed, aka the Father, has started a religious cult called Eden's Gate. The region is divided up into three parts where Joseph's commanders rule. There's Jacob, the former military officer, John the Baptist, and Faith the Siren. You play as a deputy trying to arrest Joseph in the beginning until things go awry and you find yourself trying to fight for survival. You find resistance fighters against Eden's Gate and team up with them to save people from your initial task force. Alright, so let's get started with the good. What was really good in the game was the story was really well written. It makes you want to keep playing the game to see what was going on next. The characters are diverse and intriguing. It really makes you want to save the good guys and despise the bad guys, especially the people of Eden's Gate. Even my wife, who was watching me play, started to get invested into the characters, and she was starting to remember their names by a first name basis and their storylines. Another good thing is the hidden stashes. I really liked figuring out the puzzles and unlocking those and getting the ability points associated with them. I remember one puzzle that I was trying to jump from the roof of this stash. This room was locked and it was over the water, and I was trying to jump from the roof to the window and I couldn't do it. And my wife is like, why don't you just read the name of the objective? And I look at it and it says long range lockpick. So then I looked across the water. I'm like, oh shit, I'm supposed to be across the water taking a sniper shot into the window to unlock the lock that's barred from the inside to allow me to get into the stash. There's no mini map in the game, but a compass on the top of the screen which helps you to keep immersed. But I still found myself pausing the game and taking a look at the entire map and trying to figure out where I was going. Oh, check out this Easter egg. A little bit of a throwback love to Far Cry Primal. I really love the callback and I love the game, so pretty cool to see this in here. Alright, so let's move on to the bad. I did come across a few bugs within the game. There's so much variety going on with the game, like there's multiple things that can happen at any given point. There are bound to be a little bit of bugs. Boomer, the dog, and the other pets will not get the fuck out of the way when I drive. I wish the game would have like stuck them in a shotgun, even though they can't attack. And the final bad thing that I found was that when you do co-op story mode, it only progresses the person who's hosting. The second person really doesn't get any quest progression. It's more of just they're like a gun for hire. Alright, moving on to the ugly. Only had a couple little things with the ugly. The in-game silver currency. This is a purchased currency. Although they did make silver findable within the game without purchasing it, it's still very scarce and they're just trying to milk that cash cow. The online multiplayer is a little bit rough. It almost seems like an afterthought or like a tack on. It didn't feel right within the game. There's some good areas where there's user-created content where they spaced out the weapons and the objective and the buildings and the enemies correctly, but they're so few and far between. And the team deathmatch is nothing special. Actually, it was really, I didn't like it at all. Alright, now moving on to the awesome, and there's a lot of awesome. Boomer is awesome. There was numerous times where I was like near death and Boomer would come over and lick me back to life. I love sending him into a compound because he's a scout and he'll go in and mark all the enemies and the enemies won't think that he's on my side or anything because he just looks like a dog running around. The other pets that you can get too are really awesome. Like Peaches is a stealth wildcat that is capable of stealth takedowns, and Cheeseburger is a diabetic bear that you can get, and he's like an absolute tank. Like he'll just rip apart wolves and stuff. It's awesome. The other guns for hire are nothing to scoff at either. They're really good. Each character has their own personalities and interactions with you and the environment. There's a nice little bonus that the developers put in where if you have two of the characters that are unique to each other, like Sharky Borkshaw and Herc Drubman Jr., the one with the rocket launcher, if you have them both in your party at the same time, they're cousins and they'll speak to each other like cousins. And it was pretty cool.
What are you? They got cocktails, gators. Those are the two best things. They got everything.
The gunplay is really tight and fun. Like typical when I enter a compound is I like to go in and snipe and go in stealthy and try to take out as many guys as I can. And then when the shit hits the fan, I'll pull out the M60 and start flinging explosives in every direction. Typical to the Far Cry franchise to have some of the best scenery and graphics out of any game. You know, from these beautiful, even the pause menu sceneries are beautiful, to the like, you know, the lakes and the mountains and the woods and everything, down to the like little details. There's wanted posters throughout the game, and they'll take your custom character that you created as you update your wardrobe and face and hair or whatever, and they'll put your image on the wanted poster. You know, all of these aspects, they keep me so immersed in the game. Like even after doing this review, the game that I'm probably going to go back to playing after this is Far Cry 5, you know. So for a rating, I'm going to have to give this game a 9 out of 10. There's two small dings that I'll have to take the game down for. Is the less than stellar online experience. I didn't really feel like they even had to include it in the game. I feel like it takes away from the game. And the in-game purchases. Naughty. No in-game purchases. I hope you guys enjoyed the good, the bad, the ugly, and the awesome review of Far Cry 5, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.